Everyone, and welcome to the second module. I like to have a video at the beginning of each module just to kind of go through things that are important and what you need to know. So I'm going to, sorry, let me just adjust my screen here. Okay, so in our here I am in Intro to C++. That's our new module. This is just the video that you guys are watching now. Please be aware of course due dates. They're listed in 3 places. All the due dates, you can click right here on the calendar link to find them. You can go to the course information link, and inside of there you'll find the schedule, calendar documents, and they're also in this module at a glance. There's a link to them as well. So you need to be aware due dates are very important in this class. All right, so really you need to work your way sequentially through the documents inside of this module. So module at a glance will really always tell you the same thing. It gives you an overview of the module. It tells you any learning outcomes you should meet. These are the ones for the whole course, so these are the ones it helps us address for the whole course, and in here it has the ones that you need for this particular module. And there's always a link here to the course schedule, so again that's another way to get there if you're looking for due dates. In the second module of all online courses, there's always this NCCC Distance Learning Student Questionnaire. We would appreciate it if you could take that. It helps us learn a little bit more about our online students. Okay, so every module is pretty much going to look the same. There's going to be lecture material, or sometimes I call it lecture and activities, depending on what you are doing in that module. There's the assignment, there's the discussion, a project, and then a quiz. The first module was very short. I gave you guys a lot of time just because people are dropping and adding and having issues with software, but we should be past all of that now. So this is going to require significantly more time than the first module. So I'm just going to go in here, and you can see there's a lot of different videos and pages for you to view. So there's quite a bit of work here. There's really a lot of information in Chapter 2. All of these numbers here, 2.1, that corresponds with your textbook. So this information is in the textbook here. This is in Chapter 2, Section 2, Chapter 2, Section 3. So for any clarification or more information, you should really be following along in the book as well. I'm going to come down to the assignment folder. This is going to follow the same thing as we did in the previous one. There'll be an assignment from the textbook. Okay, so you answer this in either a Word document or a Google Doc. Just make sure you download as a .dox file. That's a file extension that I really need you to submit your work in this class. And just answer the following questions at the end of Chapter 2. You only need to answer these. And then you'll click on this link and you'll upload that. That's the same process as last time. And you can log on to my programming lab and complete the assigned questions for Chapter 2 as well. So you'll see those questions, the same thing as you did in the previous module. We have a discussion in this module. It is a Blackboard discussion, so it's going to be a little bit different. Please go into this folder first and read the rules for discussions in Blackboard. Here's a link on how to participate in Blackboard discussions. I am asking you to put a website in your discussion response, so if you'd like to actually include a working link for the other students, I've provided you with instructions on how to do that. That would be best, but if you can't figure it out, we can all copy and paste. So in this discussion, you're required to post and respond. They're both required for your for the actual grade in here, and the due dates for both the post and the response are in the calendar. But you can read through this and see what the discussion topic is. and then you will have your project, right? In this folder, I have provided an example very similar to what you need to do for the current project. I've created an algorithm. I've created the C++ program itself. I've walked you through my own thought process. There's a video for that, and then there's a file for that contains the algorithm, and there's a file that contains the source code. So please, before you start the project, review that. And then here's a similar example that the author of the textbook does as well. And here's your project. So you can read through the project yourself. It's out of the textbook. Just keep in mind there's two things that will need to be submitted. You can submit them both in this Project 2 assignment link. Your algorithm file and your C++ source file. So you just browse, you attach one, then you browse and you attach the other. So there's two attachments required in this project. And then lastly, there's just a folder right now that the quiz will be in when it's time to take the quiz. So it says it'll be available on Wednesday, September 30th. Please make sure you should be spending, this is a 4-hour class. If you're in the classroom, you'd be in the classroom 4 hours, and you'd probably be spending an additional amount of time outside of class working on the classwork. So you need to be in this class the equivalent amount of time as the students in my classroom, plus extra time to work on the assignments, to work on the projects and all of that kind of information. So if you're only in this class for an hour or two every week and you don't understand the material, then you're not spending enough time with it. So make sure that you are. Don't wait till the last minute. Start, get working, work on it a little bit at a time. That way if you have questions or concerns, you can let me know. Okay, I guess that's it. As I said, get started and let me know if you have questions.